Hello and welcome once again, ghosts, to another tutorial video. In this video, I'll be talking about the top 4 things that new players are doing wrong that are getting them killed early and often. In this first clip, the first thing I'll be talking about that I see a lot of new players doing that's getting them killed and it's probably frustrating them is doing pickups on the players without knowing where the enemies are or where the enemy is that killed them. And in this video, it'll be a prime example of why before you pick somebody up on your team, you should have the intel to know how they got killed and if the person that killed them is still there. Now, there's a couple of ways to decide if somebody is in a situation where they can be picked up. And if you're paying attention to the kill feeds, you'll see if somebody got killed by something that could be a close quarters weapon or if they got sniped. Now, if they got sniped and their body slides behind the hill, then that's a good pickup. But if you look up and see that, and we'll make a video later on how in the world he wasn't even looking at me. The no-look gun, the no-look shots he just took. But that video is for another time. But so what you're going to see here when I'm talking about teammates going and picking up players that just got down. I just downed this guy. Not only moments later did his teammate go over there into that area to pick him up, and I'm still here. He never checked the area out. He obviously didn't see that he was killed by a SMG. And the only reason I didn't kill him right away was because I saw the player behind me. But he's going to commit the cardinal sin of trying to pick this dude up, and he did something even worse. He tried to carry him. All right. And what you're going to see at the end of this video is some of the same things. Now, you can actually prevent a lot of deaths for yourself and your teammates if you're just paying attention to when and how your teammate goes down. Unfortunately, he wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure if he was even thinking about the fact that the person who just downed that guy was still in the area, which I was. And then you're going to see pretty much the same thing happened at the end of this match. And I can take you through my mindset here. Is I marked this guy, and a lot of times new players will go for the access point even when they're outnumbered. Or I'm sorry, the intel tower, even when they're outnumbered. So my first thought was, let me see if he goes to this intel tower. So I wait for him. He doesn't go towards the intel tower. And I see that he picks up a body, which lets me know that he is going to pick up his teammates. So I spot him in the same area, and I know that I downed those players. And because I know, and this is what's going to happen as well, veteran players will remember where they down bodies.
Enemies down.
So he got him up, and I put him right back down. And he's still staying in the area. And this is a cardinal sin that new players make. I just downed him. He's still trying to pick him up. The only reason I didn't kill him again because my aim there was awful. I corrected my aim on this guy who thought he had aim on me. And again, here's what new players do. I just killed somebody in the area. I just killed the guy you're trying to pick up, but you're going to pick him up anyway. And this right here is the worst case scenario for you and your player, is if you get him up. If you get him up before I'm able to kill you, then now I'm going to have 2 kills because one guy's going to be low on health and you're not going to know where I'm shooting from. So that's number 1 thing that new players do, is picking up players almost immediately after they're downed, or picking up players without any intel and knowing where the enemy player is that killed them.
They lost sight of me.
Also in this clip, I'm going to get another look at why you should always check an area after an enemy goes down.
Watch out. Get hacking. The surveillance system is ready to be accessed.
Another thing that
You're the last one standing.
new solo players do is they will actually try to rush the map without getting any intel. So you're going to see I'm going to down this guy
Enemies
here.
down. Good kill.
I'm going to look out and we're going to see that the whole team is pretty much up on that hill. And then I'm going to also notice one of the guys come down to get up here and try to pick his teammate up. Now, a veteran player knows that if somebody dies on top of that intel tower or by intel tower, that means that the opposite team has an eye on the intel tower. See, that's something you have to take into consideration when you see a teammate go down up there. But for whatever reason, this guy comes, he's going to go and pick him up, and he didn't even think about the fact that somebody's watching the intel tower and the body, which is exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to get a line on him. He actually does get him up, but all it does is, like I said, worst case scenario is you end up dying and you end up getting your teammate dead. Because nobody even thought to check the area. Now, the mistake that I make here is I take my eyes off of the intel tower. And so the rest of the team actually goes up to the tower. But once I see that somebody gets picked up, I again take aim again. I'm going to kill 2 more players, one that was getting them up and one that he got up. Like I said, worst case scenario, every time you do that and you don't check the area to make sure that it's clear, you're going to get yourself killed and you're going to get your teammate killed again.
Target down. Target down.
And I drop both of those. And because I know that I dropped all of those bodies up there, I also now know that the entire team is at the intel tower. And I also see that I'm outnumbered and they're playing passive. So as a veteran player, what I'm going to do, or most veteran players will do, is they will become aggressive in this situation. Because in this situation, a veteran player feels like he has better gun game than you. Which you'll see here.
Good kill.
I'll kill him. I know that the other 2 are still up top. I go inside of here more. Let's get my bearings to see if I can hear the direction they go in. I hear this guy go into his drone, which means I know I can drop a grenade up here. And I hear this guy jump down. So this will allow me to jump down on him really quickly. So, a good hint. Also, if you have headphones, use the headphones. If you have a good set of headphones, then the sounds in this game will let you know where enemy players are. All right. In this clip, I'm going to talk about another thing that new players do that gets them killed quickly, and that's not knowing when to access the intel tower. I've seen new players just kind of more or less run up to the intel tower at the beginning of a match, wait for it to turn green, and then immediately get sniped. Because if you're playing against veteran players, the majority of the time, they're going to have the eye on the intel tower. So before you hit the intel tower, you might want to get some intel on where the enemy players are. If you don't have the intel tower, then it's not really a smart idea to hit the intel tower. Because you end up hitting it, playing against veteran players, they will end up killing you as soon as you get on it. Now, in this actual situation right here, was a new player who was on my team who hit the intel tower while we were outnumbered. Hitting the intel tower when outnumbered is not necessarily a good idea because, 1, it lets the enemy team know exactly where you are, especially if you're outnumbered. And 2, more than likely, there's going to be somebody either with their eye on the intel tower or on their way to the intel tower to try to get your location. So, as you see, that's my teammate on the intel tower, and he was pretty much murdered immediately. That which puts me in a bad situation because now I've got to go 1 versus 4. And here is where having a good headset works. Because I was going to make my way to the intel tower just to get close because I know that it's 4 versus 1. One of those guys is going to go to the intel tower. That's just how it works in this game. But because I heard him, I stopped. Waited for him to reveal himself. And now I am going to try to make my way to a position where I can be close to the intel tower again, but from a different direction. Now, another mistake that new players make, and sometimes veteran players make too, because it's 4v1 or 3 versus 1 right here, somebody's always going to run to that intel tower without checking or even getting intel on the area.
down. Target down.
So he couldn't have got a little bit of intel. He could have maybe went around the left side or the right side just to make sure nobody was close. But in that situation, it's hard to know where somebody is anyway.
Target
Now what you
eliminated.
see here is, once again, my headphones alerted me to the fact that this guy got picked up below me. So I was able to
Enemies down. One
know
enemy
exactly
left.
where he was. Went and killed him right after he got picked up. And then went and killed the guy that picked him up. All right. Now, this right here is also another thing that that new players do that they shouldn't.
Target
And
down.
sometimes
Only
veteran
a
players do
single
this as
enemy
well.
remaining.
If you have the medic and you're using your medic zone, the best thing to do is scout the area first before you pick that player up. Because if you don't, as soon as that medic zone goes up and the veteran player is close, all he's going to do is go to that area, wait for you to pick that guy up, and then kill him as he's standing up. And that only upsets the guy that you picked up, because as you can see, one of their teammates left.
Grenade, take cover.
And it still leaves you a man down. And all you're doing is giving the enemy team an extra kill. All right, so in this situation right here, as a veteran player, and knowing his position from which that medic zone came, and knowing how passive these guys are playing, I immediately say to myself, I'm going to get this guy. And one thing that new players do is they don't move when they don't know where somebody is. You have to always keep moving on this game. If you stay in one position for too
Enemies
long,
down. Good kill.
a veteran player will hunt you down,
The enemy
or they
threat
will
has
flank
been
behind you and kill
neutralized.
you. Hopefully these tips were helpful for you. Top 4 things that new players are doing. Not in any particular order, but if you did like that, hit the thumbs up, drop a like, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.